Hi guys, so welcome to Introduction to Tableau Public, and today we are going to be walking through different elements in the interface for Tableau Public. Well, Tableau Public makes it possible for you to make use of the Tableau desktop application, so you use it as your first start, your springboard. So that's what we're doing in this series in Introduction to Data Visualization in in the data science with Pablo data science channel. So today we're going to we've connected to data Excel file, CSV file, and now we're going to familiarize ourselves with something. Now if you look over here, this over here is like a canvas where we can see the file we have connected, which is our CSV file. If I shift over here, this is for the Excel file. Now, but we're just going to be working on this. So we've seen this whole place. Now let's look over at this space, and we're going to just go to the worksheet. And this is where the worksheet is. See over here? Right, so you can see it's already telling us go to the worksheet. Now I'm going to click on this, and it's going to take me to a worksheet. So this is what the worksheet looks like. However, the worksheet has a lot of things, it has a lot of, what would I call it, moving parts, and we're going to explore these moving parts. Now, the first thing we're going to look at is we're going to go to the top here. And so again, let me show you. You can see the top here. Now, this top here, so I'll rather use something else that works. Let me use like an arrow. So the top here has all this. You can see this. It's called the menu. Now with the menu here, we could do, it contains various items, and we can use them to do a lot of stuff. Wide range of functions. So you can see that from file, data, worksheet, dashboards. We can use it for that. Right, so that's the first. Now, the second we're going to be looking at is something, you can see it over here. So again, I'm going to just show you. You can see it over here, right? And just to make it, again, let me just put an arrow to it to makes it so you can see all this guys over here. Now, this is a toolbar. Now, the toolbar allows us to perform certain functions, like we can undo, we can redo, we can save, we can add a data source. You can see they all have titles to it. We can also create a worksheet. We can also duplicate a worksheet. So there are a bunch of things you can highlight. You can change the view. You can look at a bunch of things. You can show cards and a bunch of things so you can see them. This is a toolbar, right? Now, the next thing we're going to look at, which is an interesting aspect, is that we're going to come down a little bit. You can see the place where we have data over here. Again, let me just put a search on like a beam on this. Now I'm just going to step out a little bit, and then I'll point to it again over here. No, this wasn't what I was supposed to use. I was supposed to use yes, this. Right, so you see over here, and then you see that we have stuff over here. Now this is the data pane, right? This is typically where this is active, right? And the list of the tables and fields are all here. Look at that. And that's because of what we selected from the data source. You can see them, they're all over here. So this is the data pane, right? Now the next thing we are going to look at is we're going to look at various things because they're here. You can see this, for instance, we have the page here, you have the filter, we have marks, right? And we have rows and columns. So you see these guys, they're really important, right? They do a bunch of things. Again, I'm just going to point to them so as for us to have a sense of it. We have the page, we have the filter, we have the rows, we have the columns. Now, we can use them to do a bunch of things, right? We can put our data here. We can put our data at this point here or here, right? And so these help us. They're we can use it to perform a lot of actions, supplementing visualizations, you know, dropping stuff into it and then building on what we have. So that's one area we have to look at. Now, there is one thing we can also look at. It's called the canvas view. The canvas view is really popular. It's over here. Again, I want to put a different thing. I want to put a spotlight to it. The canvas view starts from here. You can see it has here, and then again it's all over here, right? So it's typically, it shows you like a bunch of stuff happening here. Now the canvas view, draws is a canvas, right? And what do? It draws a lot of the things we do. So if we typically take, say, this and drag it over here, you can see that it starts to show us something. If we say take profit and we drop it over here, then the canvas starts to show us that stuff is happening over here. So you can see this is the canvas itself, right? Then the next we're going to show is this guy over here. Look at this guy, right? This guy over here is called the Show Me. It's a feature that allows you to check out a bunch of things. It gives you options. So if I click on this, it tells me, oh, maybe you can change whatever's in the canvas or in the view. We can change it to this, or maybe this, or maybe this, or maybe this. So you can see that the Show Me is a helper, right? So that's typically what you see in your worksheet. Now, the final part of what I want to talk about is we're going to be looking at tabs. So over here, we can highlight this. Over here, you can see we have this tab. We have a data source here, and we have sheets. You can see them over here. These are tabs. It's at the bottom of the window. Gives you options for editing the data source as well as navigating and adding sheets and dashboards. So that's typically like an introduction to what we have over here. So this is our worksheet, and we got to the worksheet by coming over here. We were first, if we had the data source here, and we came over to the worksheet here, and this is it. And so with this, when we click on this, we simply head into our worksheet, and this is what the worksheet looks like. So take your time out, check it out, and I promise you, it will start to make some sense.